What's going on, guys? God bless you. Carlos here with Serranos Mobile Detail in Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. To start this video, we are back on this maintenance vehicle. I service these vehicles about every 2 weeks, usually is when I see them, but it's about every 2 to 3 weeks, right? They really maintain their vehicles, so that's why I usually see them about every 2 or 3 weeks maxed out, right? But I was just here last week, and I'm assuming she let her husband drive the vehicle because we had rain, and obviously this vehicle now looks dirty. She's not happy with it, right? Unfortunately, we do have rain moving in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which I did let her know, like, hey, I don't want you wasting your money. There is some inclement weather moving through, and she said, I don't care. Come and do it, right? So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing another maintenance on this one. But on today's video, we're also going to be, once we finish this one, we are heading to about an hour drive from here, and we are going to go do an estimate, which I'm going to bring you guys along for the ride on that one, so you guys can see a little bit on how I do these one-on-one consultations with clients who are needing maybe some exterior work done, right? But for this first video, we are going to be talking about the Next Level Car Care Auto Shampoo. I'm going to give you guys my honest feedback on this product. What do I think about it? You know, is it worth the cost? Is it something that I recommend? I'm excited for it because it's perfect for this scenarios that we are. As a mobile detailer, I'm always looking for a soap that is sun friendly, that is going to work well in the environments. Can this be that soap? Let's find out. Alrighty, guys, I am finally done in cleaning the interior of this vehicle. It's now time to showcase the Next Level car shampoo or auto shampoo, right? Honestly, when I went into the website and kind of looked at their pricing, I honestly thought it was gonna be a bit expensive, but to be honest, it definitely isn't. Very affordable, I believe. And from reading this, it is very heavily concentrated. So what we're gonna do, obviously, I have my measuring cup here. I have 1,000 milliliters of water, and we're gonna go ahead and dilute it correctly to the specifications of this bottle here, right? But from what it says, it's very slick. You know, it obviously leaves no streaks on your vehicle, which is amazing. We're definitely gonna see that. But very heavily concentrated formula goes a long way. So we're gonna drop 1 ounce into our 5-gallon bucket. Oh, it smells really good. It smells really good. All right, so let's go with 1 ounce. Oh wow, look at this. Looks like syrup, guys, and it's orange. I'm sold. But look at this. That is some thick soap. So there is 1 ounce right there. I'm already sold because it's orange. It smells really good though. All right, so we're gonna go with 1 ounce into our bucket. Look at that. That's heavy concentrated, guys. So I'm gonna throw it in here. And yeah, I'm out in the street doing this video. And then on your foam cannon, we're gonna go with 2 ounces, which for this, I honestly would think it's a lot. But we're gonna hit it with 2 ounces. Wow, that is a lot. I feel like that is a lot of soap for the foam cannon. So we're gonna go with 2 ounces. We're gonna go with 2 ounces on this foam cannon. That is a lot, and it is thick, guys. Look at that. Look how thick it is. Looks like one of those lava lamps. Wow. Oh, that is thick, guys. So it went all the way to the bottom. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna shake it up. I'll throw this in here. Let's see if it's foamy. As always, I'm always unprepared. Oh, here it is. Let's see if it's foamy, guys. So you get some suds in there. You definitely get some suds. They're not like heavy suds, but you get some suds. I'm gonna clean these wheels really quick, and then I'm gonna bring you guys in for really the main entree. We're using the MJJC foam cannon, and we're gonna go with maximum suds, and let's see how well this thing foams. So as far as foaming, I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera. It is not a huge foamer. I wonder if it's because I have the generator at a low setting. Let me raise it. Which I doubt it. No, we're the same. So initial thoughts on the product, it is not very foamy. And I think I have repeated that multiple times. It is not a very foamy product, guys. So if you're looking for that foaming action, this one is definitely probably not the one. But I can definitely see it grabbing, cleaning, you know. And this vehicle is coated as well. And I'm actually trying the new wash mitt from Drive Auto. This thing is huge. It's a huge pad. So there is definitely slickness on the paint. So I'm definitely getting that slickness from it. And this is also safe for coated vehicles. So this is pH neutral. So if you're worried about damaging the paint, you can definitely feel safe that this one is not going to do that. What's catching my attention on this product is really where it says that it's obviously it's not gonna leave you any and if you notice, I just use this right here. I flip it over to clean the next door. Is that it says that it's not gonna leave any streaks all the way around. But you definitely have slickness on the paint. I will say that the product has lubrication. All right, so quick recap. This whole side is done already. You can start seeing it obviously dry up on the windows. But I've gone ahead and properly washed this whole vehicle. Now, let's see how well this performs under the water. Here we go. You see right here where it was all stained. All right, that is definitely pretty good. Before I rinse it all off, let me just wipe this window with a towel, and let's see how it actually looks. I don't see no water staining off of this, so look at that. So you can definitely feel safe that once you hit it with water, it'll reactivate the product in there. And obviously I'll clean these windows again, but look at that, no staining whatsoever. I know the glass is dirty, but very, very nice. All right, y'all, this project is done. Overall, you're about to see kind of the final look. The paint looks glossy. This definitely did its job right. For the price, I honestly feel that it's very fair. It is a very heavily concentrated formula, as you guys saw, right? As far as the foaminess, you're not gonna get that thick foam. That's what I got out of mine. I don't know, it could be my foam cannon, but you don't have that thick foam, right? Which to some is good, to some is gonna be bad. For me, I'm happy with the performance on it for the reason that it did exactly what it's supposed to do. For me as a mobile detailer, I'm always looking for a soap that I can use under the sun and reactivates with the water, right? My go-to is always Max Shine soap because of that scenario. But for the price on this one, to some they may say it's very affordable, to some may say, wow, that's a lot of money for that little bit. I will say that if you put it into the foam cannon, it does use up a lot. So I would probably use this more on a wash on a bucket, because these 2 ounces are gonna go quick on my foam cannon. But overall, it did really well. There was slickness, smelled amazing, and I really love the overall performance on it. So let's clean it all up and let's head out to project number 2. See how this paint looks. He's had it serviced before. Obviously, no paint correction has ever been done to this vehicle. But look at this. All right. It's time to do the presentation. Look on how this looks before I present it. Now for the fun part. All right.
What do you think?
It's fixable. There's a lot of a lot of staining, what we call, which is obviously from probably off-roading or anything like that. So pretty much after doing a couple areas, this is kind of what I estimate on. Don't estimate, but this would be the pricing based on obviously the finish.
Okay.
And then obviously I'll let you have this right here. So we're gonna go from left to right. Our paint enhancement is $350, which this is kind of like the before, and then we're gonna go after this way. The paint enhancement is just a gloss. It's like a hand wax.
Okay.
You're still gonna see all the imperfections. You're still gonna see a lot of those things that you probably don't like. The enhancement is just to give it gloss and protect it up to 6 months.
Right.
And that one usually runs $350 for that one. All these products do include a paint decontamination, a clay bar, and then the polish that you choose.
Okay.
The next one up is what we call a one-step paint correction. For this size of the truck, we are at $750 for that one. It should take me, I'd say about probably 8 hours on this one.
Okay.
And pretty much, obviously, the finish is starting to get better.
Yes.
Right, much better than from a paint enhancement. Next one is what we call, we're chasing the perfection on this one. It's a 2-step paint correction. It'll run you $1,200. But if you look as far as the clarity, this is kind of that new car look. We've removed all the staining that your paint has. This is a lot of the permanent stuff that has just been built up through time. It tends to happen usually if you don't, wax your vehicle periodically. Then you start having a lot of this permanent staining.
Right.
But that is pretty much what I can do, and obviously the outcome of each one. At the end of the day, it just falls down kind of to like what you're wanting, right? As well as finances for me is very important. These here at the bottom, these are something, I don't know if you're familiar with ceramic coating. If you do keep your vehicle outside, I highly recommend it. Something great. But again, I'm not here to really sell you anything other than just give you options. Should you decide to go with the 3-year coating, it'll include the 1-step paint correction. And for the next 3 years, you don't have to apply no wax, no sealants, because the coating is going to protect it up to those 3 years. Should you decide to go with the 5-year, it'll run you $1,800, but that's 5 years where you don't have to mess with the paint. as long as you upkeep it and maintain it, you're gonna have like very hydrophobic paint. The gloss is gonna be very, it intensifies as well. But the coatings are great. It's just to eliminate you having to do these maintenances every 6 months or a year, as far as putting a wax on it or a sealant. And then should you decide to go with a 2-step with a 3-year coating, that'll run you $2,000. And then obviously if we apply a 5-year coating, it'll run you $2,400. But obviously the outcome will be this, with just much more clarity on the paint.
So much better.
Yeah.
And that's exactly it. And that's what I see. This right here, anyway. But that looks pretty close, so I don't see a huge difference.
It's not a huge difference, yeah.
But it's just all over. So when the sun catches it, you can be.
You get the stain.
You're freshly
And it's
cleaned up,
black.
and it just looks like I need to wash it again. And I'm like, man.
Yeah. So a lot of it is just it's a lot of permanent staining. Obviously not your fault, but obviously the dirt that falls on it and all of that have a huge factor, depending on the mud that's hitting the paint. If it's red, those clay muds, that's what stains it. Sometimes it's even harder to remove, but obviously you can see that it can definitely be fixed. It would just take a little bit of more, different products and steps to really clarify, get clarity on the paint.
Okay.
But it's very doable, very, very doable. On this one, I would say it would take me almost a full day, and obviously I'm mobile, so I can take care of it, no problem. But it could definitely be fixed. Right, but at the end of the day, it just falls down to your finances most importantly, and what's more important to you. Like, are you wanting to look like, are you wanting to change perfection? Or I honestly tell my customers, to be honest, this one right here, 1-step, gives you more than sufficient of a pretty good paint. It just falls down to how clear you want that paint to look. Each step will definitely make it much more clear, much more glossy. But I always say it's very minimal on each step. But I can get it to where whatever you're wanting to accomplish, I can get it.
Sure. Because ultimately, the truck's only 3 years old, and it looks so good, man, for a while, and then all of a sudden it was just one wash, and I noticed it, and then we've never been able to get rid of it. I was like, man, I just hate that. I really
but everything on the truck would get touched. Obviously, the wheels get cleaned, tires dressed, your pillars get polished as well. These mirrors get polished as well. Obviously, wherever it's painted surfaces, there's a machine that's going to be touching everything on this truck. To the outcome, it'll look really, really nice. But it can definitely, it's very doable. It's still savable or salvageable.
Yeah.
The longer you wait, and then it gets harder because it's just going to take more steps to try at least clear that paint or remove all that. We're pretty much you're giving a detox to the paint.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I know it was going to be a big project. I'm just really trying to decide what to use here. Because I think this looks pretty good too. But at the same
so this
time,
one, what you'll notice is if you point up here on the light, you have a little bit of the stain, right? As to here, we've successfully removed it all.
So what? Ultimately, my goal when I reached out to you, my goal was to make the truck. I want to make it look brand new. Inside and out. It's just it's just too good of a truck. You know what I mean?
It's an AT4.
I just really enjoyed it. It didn't get all this crappy looking until last year, and then I've always just really enjoyed
it also depends on what products the detailers have been using. That also is a key factor in maintaining it, right? Obviously, after I do this type of work, obviously I can be your main guy, and I upkeep it and maintain it, to where your paint will always look really well. But at the end of the day, it's really up to you.
I'm a big advocate for that too. A lot of these mobile guys that have come out and help me, I usually always use a mobile guy because I'm able to work from home half the time. It's just so much easier to say, hey, I'm going to be here this day, come get it. But most of these guys, I tell them, there's a lot of guys in the business, and they're half in, half out, here today, gone tomorrow. I've tried the last 3 years for guys to get set up on a monthly schedule with them, and they never show back up again.
After the first time?
Yeah, they do it one time, and then I find them on Facebook, and they're out of business. They're like I'm using guys around local, and I just don't think they're not all in. They're doing other things.
That's the part. It has really it has tampered with our businesses for sure. Because now there's a lot of sadly scammers coming out.
I mean, I'd like to set up something that's like recurring, and you be
Yeah,
the main
for sure.
guy, and then I can upkeep with the maintenance on it. You know, we get it, especially coming up in spring. We're gonna have a ton of rain on this road.
Yeah.
I just want to keep it nice.
Yeah.
It's important to have it real nice and clean.
Yeah,
I don't know if you looked inside.
I didn't, but I mean,
It's not bad. It's
pretty
dusty.
straightforward.
Yeah.
It's dusty and dirty, but it's not. There's
Yeah.
no inner scuffing or damage
Yeah.
or anything. I mean, just a good cleaning, and this sucker will fit
It'll
like I
look
came
good.
off the lot again.
Yeah. So like on the interior, to be honest, they're probably running like $350 for a full interior detail. Steam cleaning all the interior, scrubbing door panels, blowing all the interior, leather shampoo, and then obviously conditioning all the interior. But I mean, everything gets touched. And then usually, like with my maintenance, then is an upkeep where I'll just come in, vacuum it out really well, blow it out, and then just maintain it, right? And then obviously the exterior is the job is hand wash all the time. There's no brushes. That's how you're gonna prolong the really good look. I know some guys out there trying to use a brush, but now mine is all hand wash.
Okay. So if I chose to get the full detail cleaned up and let's say I go with the 2-step
Okay.
with a 3-year,
With 3 coating,
that's you're saying it'd be 2350.
350. I would say 2300.
Okay. I think that's what I want. I might have to ask my wife.
Yeah, definitely. Take your time.
I think that's what I want though.
Yeah.
And I mean,
You know, and hopefully you guys can come to an agreement. And you know, hey, I love an opportunity.
yeah, I appreciate it, man.
All
Thank
right.
you for taking your
Yes,
time.
thank you. And this pretty much concludes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of the interaction of showcasing obviously what I am capable of doing. And I think we may have booked ourselves another customer. It just has to get approved by upper management. But anyways, thank you guys for joining me in today's journey and today's work. As always, God bless you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.